Hello and welcome to part 2 of my video series of converting this BC-459A into all solid state. The last video you saw, we pulled the tubes out and showed you underneath how all the capacitors, resistors, and wiring was removed. I decided on choosing a linear amplifier. I think I went the easier route. And so what I did was I bought this, this kit. And I have to say this was very interesting because this was cheap. I think it was $16, and that's all the parts. I did have to purchase the what they call the radiator or heat sink for another $14 that I bought in the US. The whole thing, you could buy this for $8 overseas, this for $16, so it's very reasonable. And this one I got that I put together, I got 38 watts out. Now I probably could do a little better because you can use 14 volts. I used 13.2. What's going to power this DC-wise is this little unit I got from Taiwan. This is a Meanwell AC to DC regulated power supply. Very small. It's good for about 9 amps of at 13. Well, let me see. I should have bought their next model up. It's 15 volts. But this one, I got a range of 10.7 to 13.4. This is pretty good. This was $24. What were the problems I had with this? Well, when I first got it together, it didn't work. I put signal in here, no signal out. Started to trace it with the oscilloscope, and while I was doing some tracing, this transistor, this output transistor in push-pull, suddenly blew. And that's after I adjusted both of the idling current adjustments. I replaced both of them. So fired it back up. They were fine. They didn't burn out, but still no output. So I backed up. Regulator's good. Puts out 9 volts. Here is the preamp. It was putting out, it was amplifying. So I put a small signal here and it was definitely amplifying. But when it got to this transistor here, the 2SC1971, nothing was coming out of it. And this thing ran extremely hot. The whole thing was very hot, and that's without any signal. So I figured something was wrong with this thing. I went on the internet and found a reputable dealer who had used 2SC1971s. You can buy 10 or you can buy 100. And you're saying, well, who would want a used one? Well, these are genuine, and they're not all guaranteed to work. So out of the 10, I had 2 bad ones. And I replaced one of them right here. And lo and behold, when I fired this thing up, it took off. So it's going to go right here. And the output will go direct to the antenna jack. So that'll go there. And then underneath, we're going to take the power supply and we're going to mount the power supply right here. Something like that. So next video we'll give you a progress report. Until then, see you later.